expect that Garnacho deal to happen. And then, guys, on Baleba, I wanted to add something on Baleba on today's video, because Brighton closed the doors to the exit of Baleba this summer. They told Man United the player is not for sale. They told Man United that we are not indicating a number. It's not about 100 million pounds, 110, 120. We don't want to sell the player. So really putting a big wall in front of Manchester United and the intermediaries of the deal for Carlos Baleba. But I want to tell you one thing. Manchester United will keep Carlos Baleba on their list. Manchester United will maintain that name in their internal conversations. So if it's not going to happen this summer, Man United will still consider Baleba a target for 2026. I can guarantee that, because Manchester United loved the player. Manchester United really appreciated how the player was keen on the move, even in a difficult moment for Man United. It was a difficult season last one, really poor in Premier League, not qualifying for European football, so a really difficult moment, but Baleba was very keen. Man United appreciate that. Amorim is a big fan of the player. In the management team, they really like him. And so I can tell you that Manchester United will keep close eye to the Baleba situation if it's not going to be possible for this summer, and at the moment it isn't, because Brighton are closing the doors for 2026. Man United maintain Carlos Baleba as one of the potential targets for their future project, as they see him as a perfect player for the midfield. And so, guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories. We will go from Eze to Donnarumma, also the story of Marguerite, Baleba, Garnacho, and all the rest. I wait for your opinion, guys, as usual, here in the comments. Remember to like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, because we're entering into the final 2 weeks. It's going to be crazy, and see you soon here with Fabrizio, as always.
Carlos Baleba has got 3 years left on his contract. Brighton have got the option to extend that for a further year. They don't want to sell. They've got no intention of selling. And because of his contract situation, they are under no pressure to sell as well. And I think also the price would be pretty prohibitive to Manchester United, and that would make it an almost impossible deal to do as it stands, because I'm sure we'll talk about it later about the number of players that Manchester United want to get money for because they want to offload. But I think Brighton will look at Carlos Baleba and they'll compare him to Moises Caicedo. And, you know, the noises coming out of Brighton are saying that he's actually further in his development at his stage of his career than Moises Caicedo was at that stage of his career. And what did Moises Caicedo go for? £115 million to Chelsea. So why can't Brighton say, well, if Moises Caicedo went for that, that's going to be our starting point with Carlos Baleba. As far as Manchester United are concerned, their focus clearly is going to be on the Premier League opener. They have signed, you know, 3 new forward players. They've revamped that front line with Matheus Cunha, with Brian Mbeumo and with Benjamin Sesko. Yeah. But Ruben Amorim, in his news conference earlier on today, was asked the question, what chance a midfielder? And this is what...
Hi, Ruben. Just on the midfield situation, do you want a new midfielder to come in, and would you be confident of getting one in? Because it does look like you're quite light in that area. I'm
really happy with our players. They are working really well. We have different players for that position, so we are prepared to win any game with our players.
Well, in terms of trying to transform their fortunes, Manchester United are definitely backing Ruben Amorim in the transfer market. That's fair to say, with that front line. But how significant a change would it be to get in a player like Carlos Baleba, despite the fact, as Dharmesh has said, that this would be a difficult deal to do?
I think it's almost impossible this summer. We've been speaking to the Brighton chief executive, Paul Barber, today as well, and he made it very clear that Baleba is not going anywhere. He said, we're looking forward to seeing him play for us this season. So I still think United need to bring some more players in before the window closes. Yes, they've done a lot of business across their front line, but they do need, I think, reinforcements in midfield and perhaps in defence, and there's still question marks over the goalkeeping situation as well. But I don't think it's going to be Baleba. Baleba maybe will have to be one for next summer, but if he has another really good season, his value is just going to keep going up and up and up, even though his contract situation is going to obviously develop, because he'd only have 2 years left on his contract next summer, although I don't know if Brighton have got the option to extend that by another 12 months.
Well, one thing I would say about Manchester United is, before the window even opened, and how last season when they finished 15th in the Premier League and they lost that Europa League final to Tottenham Hotspur and Bilbao as well, I think most pundits and most experts were saying this is not a one-window fix. This is 2, 3, 4 windows it's going to take before Manchester United can really begin to challenge again. But because the window started so well for them.